What's poppin', my Pokemon trainer friends and family all over the world? Welcome back to another Pokemon adventure. Now today we are jumping into the Ultra League with shiny Melmetal and shiny Gyarados. So enough with the chit chat, let's jump into round one and fight. And we catch an amazing lead up against the Swampert here. And for some reason this team comp always pulls the Swampert leads. I mean, it ain't no coincidence, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So I'm going to throw the Aqua Tail. And you actually don't have to shield up anything up against Swampert. Gyarados always beats Swampert leads. And unless they shield up. If my opponent shields, then you just match shields. But you definitely will win. As you see, we won the no shield scenario. Even if my opponent shielded up once, we just match shields and we'll still come out victorious. But my opponent does bring in a Venusaur, and I got a little scared. I didn't make it to the crunch, so I just threw the Aqua Tail. But looking back, I probably could have made it to the crunch. But either way, I am going to bring in Melmetal, the MVP. And they go for a Sludge Bomb, which was kind of weird. And then they make this amazing catch onto a Charizard. But they are going to have to use a shield or get one-shotted. And this Charizard is a Fire Spin Charizard. Is that a coincidence? I think not. So we do take them out with one Rock Slide, and now they do bring in their Venusaur, and I have two shields on Melmetal, which I am going to use on Melmetal. We get to the Rock Slide. This is not going to KO, but we should be able to outpace Venusaur, and I still got a shield, but I am going to flex with a one shield. I'm not even going to shield, and we still take that Frenzy Plant, and we get to the Rock Slide, and this is definitely going to knock out. I don't even click all the bubbles. Bang. Bang, bang. GG's, homie. And Melmetal flexing on him. Huh. Huh. And now jumping into this next battle, we catch another amazing lead up against the Poliwrath. Now, unless my opponent is running Ice Punch, we should be okay. Ice Punch is a little bit spammier, but they go for a Dynamic Punch, so that tells me they're probably running Dynamic Punch and Scald. And we are just going to go for the Crunch, and we get the debuff, which is amazing, because now we can Dragon Breath down. But my opponent is going to get off another Dynamic Punch, resisted, but it is catching up. It is catching up on us. So I'm just going to hit this Aqua Tail, but my opponent decides to shield, so I'm going to actually match shields so that I can Dragon Breath down this Poliwrath. They go for the Dynamic Punch, and I'm just going to completely Dragon Breath it down. Now, what do they want to bring in? They bring in a Venusaur. So this time, I am going to go for the Crunch. Can we get the debuff again? We do not. But you guys see, right? You guys see the sort of teams that my team pulls out with the algorithm. We always get like a water lead, and then they have Venusaur in the back. Now, my opponent makes this amazing catch on their Steelix. This is almost like a mirror battle compared to the first battle that we just saw, but this opponent is actually playing a little bit different. They made an amazing catch onto their Steelix. Now what I'm going to do is go for a superpower and then dip. So bang, and then switch into Venusaur. Even if they have Psychic Fangs, Venusaur can actually eat them Psychic Fangs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So they go for the first Psychic Fangs, and I'm going to load up on energy, because what I could do here is go for the Frenzy Plant, take their shield, and I cannot shield. I cannot shield Venusaur here. I have to let it go. And we still survive. And then we get to the Frenzy Plant, take out the Steelix, and the reason I can't shield is because I know their Venusaur is loaded up on energy. That Venusaur has a lot of energy. So here comes the first Frenzy Plant, and just as we saw in the last battle, we can take one or two Frenzy Plants. Now here I'm definitely gonna have to shield it up, but that Venusaur does have a lot of energy. Can I get to a Rock Slide before they get to a Frenzy Plant? And we do. We get to the Rock Slide, and Melmetal takes them out, flexing on my opponents yet again. Alrighty, jumping into this next battle, we catch, you guessed it, another Swampert lead. And it's like I said, this team, for some reason with the algorithm, we pull a lot of Swampert leads with this team. I'm assuming it's because of the Venusaur in the back with the Melmetal in the middle. because Melmetal doesn't want to go up against that Swampert. Melmetal wants to avoid Swampert at all costs. Gyarados and Venusaur want to see Swampert. And just like I said, you don't have to shield up unless my opponent wants to shield up. So here I'm going to completely Dragon Breath down that Swampert. We come out with energy and a little bit of health for whatever they bring out. And they're actually going to bring out a Giratina. So I'm going to go straight for this Crunch. We're either going to take a shield, hit him for super effective, or get the debuff. We don't get the debuff, which would have been the cherry on top. But I'm going to bring in Melmetal now because Melmetal resists everything that Giratina got. So we're going to eat these Dragon Claws for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now I'm going to go for the Rock Slide and just start doing some chip damage on this tanky dragon ghost monster. And I do shield up there because I do want to preserve the health on my Melmetal because my opponent is not switching out. So I'm assuming whatever they have in the back is going to be a little bit weak to Melmetal. And because we got rid of the Swampert, Venusaur may or may not be useful in this battle. So maybe I should have swapped out too, just to pull out whatever they got in the back. So I am going to blind swap into Venusaur, and it's a Togekiss! So this is basically GG's. I'm just going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb. We're either going to take the shield or take them out. We take their last shield, and this is basically GG's. But my opponent does want to play this out until the end, and I respect that because I do the same thing. I almost never quit unless it was like a hard counter city, and yeah, then I'll back out. We hit him with the Sludge Bomb, and that tanky Togekiss survives, but Venusaur takes it out. GG's, homie. Well played. And jumping into this next battle, we catch another Swampert on the lead. What a coinkydink. But like I said, hey, the algorithm is on my side. And it happens a lot with this team comp. You could try it out yourself. Gyarados on the lead with Melmetal in the middle and Venusaur in the back. You will get Swamperts on the lead. But now the algorithm is going to start switching on me. It's going to slowly start switching on me because now we're going to start getting normal types. And that's going to be Snorlax and another normal type, which you will see later on. So I'm going to stay in here with the Gyarados because Venusaur can handle the Swampert. Now, I didn't want to get farmed down, so I did bring in the Melmetal. And they're still switch locked, so I'm going to take out their Snorlax, and we still got shield advantage. And they are going to bring in that Shadow Swampert, and I'm just going to go straight for the superpower. I think we actually CMP tied there. I'm not sure, which is kind of weird. I didn't think Melmetal won CMP tie. That's crazy. But yeah, it looks like we did. And I'm just going to let it go down, but we actually survive. And I'm wondering if my opponent undercharged there, thinking that I was actually going to shield, but I didn't. And they make this amazing catch on their Cresselia superpower. That was a good catch. So now what I'm going to do is bring in my Venusaur, and this is not looking very good because if they have Future Sight, it's going to almost basically one-shot Venusaur. So I do have to be careful. I am going to use a shield here just in case, but my opponent does bait me with the Grass Knot, and that did not feel good because that was a terrible, terrible bait on my part, or a terrible shield use on my part. It was a good bait on their part. And there's the Future Sight. I used both of my shields on Venusaur because they have that Swampert in the back. It's got a little bit of health, and their only win con is Cresselia. And they make this crazy catch, another catch onto their Swampert, because Swampert was just useless at this time. Now I try to make a catch, but we actually make it to the Rock Slide before they even get their charge move off. 1 HP in a dream, Melmetal coming in clutch, flexing on them, hitting them with that huh, and that huh. And now jumping into what I believe is the final battle, we catch a Charizard on the lead, and they swap into double, and I make a stupid swap into Melmetal, and I do believe this is what costs me the match. And the reason I swapped in Melmetal here is because I almost blind swapped. When they swapped in their double, all I saw was the normal typing at the top, and then I swapped in Melmetal thinking it was a Snorlax because Melmetal has a bit more play up against Snorlax than double, because double is hitting us with super effective damage with the double kick and potentially the wild charge. My opponent is just gonna go for straight body slams, and what I'm gonna do here is just try to go for back-to-back superpowers. We take one shield, and then we are gonna hit him with the second one, And they should let this one go because it is a little bit debuffed. We were debuffed from the superpower. Now I bring in Gyarados, and I should have shielded here, but I didn't want to use up my last shield. And they actually go for the wild charge and take us out. And it's pretty much GG's at this point, because now they can bring in their Charizard, and we are matched. We're evenly matched with shields, and they can just go for back-to-back blast burns and take us out. So this is basically GG's, but I am still, you know, fighting until the end with Venusaur. Hit him with that sludge bomb. Now this is a blast burn. It's gonna take our final shield, and then they're just gonna hit us with another blast burn, back-to-back blast burns, and they're gonna take us out. And that is gonna hit us with that bang. Bang, bang. My poor Venusaur gets taken out by Charizard. And I do blame that on the Melmetal switch in. That was just a terrible switch in on my part. But GG's, homie. Well played. And we actually get a positive set. 4 wins, 1 loss. That's an amazing set right there. 4 wins and 1 loss. But check this out, guys. Check this out. A shiny Gligar in the reward encounters, the GBL reward encounters. Oh, that was amazing. Check this out. Check it out. Check it out again. Bring. Shiny Gligar. That's my first shiny Gligar. I was very excited when I seen that. I think this is my 3rd shiny that I've gotten in the reward encounters for GBL. So that was pretty cool. I think I got 2 shiny Giratinas, or a shiny Giratina and a shiny Darkrai, and then now my shiny Gligar. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one, in the battlefield or in the ring. Ding, ding. Peace out, my fellow Pokemon trainers.